The Red for Ed movement's biggest initiative was taken off the ballot last month, but that hasn't stopped supporters from trying to get education funding on voters' minds. Cronkite News reporter Bernstein went to the state capitol as organizers called on candidates to sign a pledge for a permanent funding plan.
And the pledge asks candidates to immediately restore education funding to 2008 levels and provide the following: a 20% salary increase for teachers, competitive pay for all education support professionals, and a permanent teacher salary structure, which would include annual raises. It also asks candidates to promise not to create new tax cuts until per-student funding reaches the national average.
Red for Ed! Red for Ed!
I taught second grade for 23 years in ELL in a gifted classroom, and now I'm an interventionist. The students have a lot of needs.
Cartwright School District Interventionist Specialist Mary Spangenberg says, in her experience, it is hard for a solo teacher to give students the special services they need.
They don't have individual aides. They don't have anybody to help them. There is no after-school programming. A lot of the students don't know how to read.
We're asking them to pledge to fight for restoration of education funding to 2008. We are still missing $800 million.
Ahead of the general election in November, Invest in Ed organizers are now asking candidates to commit to the demands made by teachers and parents.
Our members who are out walking and talking, they will be out there making sure that they know who voted against our best efforts and who is going to make sure that our demands are met.
Mesa teacher and co-chair of the Invest in Ed campaign, Josh Buckley, says elected officials can increase revenue in the state in order to execute their plan.
They can either refer something to the ballot, which does not take a 2/3 majority, or if enough of them actually feel that they should invest in their education of students in the state, they can pass an increase in revenue that'll go directly to education.
And if you're a voter, Invest in Ed is asking you to support candidates who signed the pledge.
I'm really invested in education because I care about the kids and I care about our future.
Invest in Ed Group is taking the message statewide with a kickoff meeting in Yuma next week. In the Broadcast Center, Bernstein, Cronkite News.
A new report from the Goldwater Institute offers a different solution for increasing teacher salary, cutting administrative expenses. A senior research fellow examined spending practices in several school districts across the state. According to the report, the Scottsdale Unified School District could increase teacher salaries by $3,000 if they made better use of their vacant buildings by selling or leasing them. As of the last State Auditor General's report in 2015, the district was only using 66% of its building's capacity. Pinyon Unified School District on the Navajo Indian community had administrative expenses 58% higher than similar districts. District officials say that they have to pay more to keep quality professionals because of the district's remote location. Getting those costs in line with similar districts could translate into $12,000 raise for Pinyon teachers.